Dungeon Master 372 here, coming at you with another video. Yes, that's right. We are on Season 2, Episode 7, if I'm not mistaken. So, what are we going to do today? Well, we have a special mod today. It's one that's... So, some people have been asking, because my last map, I don't think that I had anything magical in my mod pack. And today I think I want to go over one of the mods that we have that does add magic to our mod pack, which is called Botania. And that's right, we got all kinds of stuff to cover today, so let's go ahead and get after it. First thing you're going to want to do with this mod is you're going to want to create yourself a petal apothecary. This is going to be your main crafting station for a lot of the stuff in the mod. As you can see over here in the NEI, we have all kinds of flowers and stuff. You have 16 different flowers to collect in the world that automatically generate. Now these flowers, whenever you mix whenever you craft the petals out of them, you mix those petals in the petal apothecary to make various things. Now, to make the petal apothecary, you have 4 cobblestone, shaped like that, and you got 2 cobblestone slabs plus a mystical white petal sandwiched between those. And that'll get you the petal apothecary. Next item you're going to be wanting to craft is sticks. But before you can do that, you're going to want to craft a special flower in your petal apothecary. So we're going to go ahead and create this. And actually, no, we're not going to create that because we already got one made. So we're just going to go ahead and save the petal for our other stuff. Now, to craft the petals, you just pretty much put the flower that you want in any crafting grid, and you will get your petals. Just like so. So, yeah. We'll get to these other recipes in a moment. And everything. Well, I guess I could come... not until I get certain things in order first. So, let's go ahead and go down here where I've made the crafting where I made my crafting area for Botania. As you can see, I've been hard at work creating more farms and stuff. They're created the same way, and they also all have a tunnel that runs underneath them, which is pretty awesome, all the way around. So yeah, I've got 2 cottons, both types of cotton growing, and I also have some bamboo shoots over there from Pam's Harvest Craft growing. I also have the others that we've already had up. I have sweet potatoes and regular potatoes and all that good stuff. Plus, I have sugar cane. And those are going to come in handy with our potatoes later because we're going to be making rocket fuel. So, yeah, awesome stuff here. As you can see, I got a lot of stuff going on, and all this is going to be explained just in a moment. So, pretty much with the petal apothecary, you place it down in the world. And of course, you see I've got an infinite water source right here, because we're going to need water for this. So, with the petal apothecary, you're just going to want to throw down some water inside here, like so. And then you're going to want to throw down your petals and stuff like that into that water. You can either use Q, or you can just drag and drop, or whatever, but this is the different recipes for different flowers. We got 2 flowers that we want to concentrate on for this episode. So pretty much what you do with any flower that you want to create, you throw the petals that are required for the recipe and throw in a seed with it. So for our first flower, we're going to need 4 white petals and 1 seed. And then 1 seed will give me 1 of these pure daisies. As you can see, we have 3 of them already down. What are we going to use these daisies for? I will just have to show you. with these daisies, I'm going to need some regular smooth stone, and I'm going to need some regular logs. You can use any kind of logs, any kind of wooden logs, but you have to have the log version. You can't have the planks. Planks don't work for this, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah. So with these flowers, if you place smooth stone or logs around the flower, you get one or two types of blocks. So just like this. And you can see that it's working with all the magical aura that's going on around it. And after a few minutes, things start to happen with it. And I'll fast forward it to the spot where it transforms. Okay, and there we go. We're starting to get it transformed and everything. So pretty much what it does is it turns smooth stone into living rock, which is awesome. And it transforms living wood into regular wood into living wood. And this is going to be it's going to be necessary for other builds, for other items and stuff in the crafting as well. And, word of advice as well for this mod, going around and collecting a couple of stacks of each kind of flower that you find in the world gen, would be advantageous to you with this mod if you plan on using it. Mainly because you're going to need to make a lot of these flowers, and eventually you're going to make some more stuff that goes along with this. But I will explain this setup here in just a second. Let me go ahead and get this smooth stone, or this stone, mined up real quick. Alright. Let me go ahead and throw this stuff in here. Now, let's go ahead and go on. Well, let me go ahead and cover these flowers real quick before we run back upstairs. Now, these are day blooms, and these are flowers that are going to give you mana, which is what you're going to need for the rest of the mod and everything else. Now, these day blooms, they don't produce very much power to start out with, but there is another block that you can make that will give you even more power, or more mana, and stuff like that. So, let me go ahead and go on over here into our recipe right quick. I'm not going to craft this, but this is how you do it. You take two mystical yellow petals, one light blue. Don't get this confused with regular blue. Mystical light blue petal, orange petal, and then the two mystical yellows with seeds, of course, will get you a day bloom. Cool thing about these day blooms is that when you place them down, you can't place them down next to each other, because they don't give out very much power after, whenever they're next to each other. So you got to have them separated by one space. You have them set up just like this, like I have them here, with your spreader, which I will get after that one here, that block here in just a second. But you place it down here, and you'll see that it'll start doing some. It'll start spreading the mana. And these spreaders are really cool blocks too, and I'll show you that here in just a second. So let's go ahead and go on up to our crafting room right quick, and I'll show you the rest of the recipes of what we're going to use today. Okay, now we're here. So what are you going to use the living rock and the living wood for? Well, let's go ahead and start with the living wood first, because you need a few main stuff before you get to using the living rock. The first thing is, you're going to need to know how to make sticks. Sticks are made with just 2 living woods. We'll give you 1 stick. And then you take those sticks, you make 3 of those twigs, and to make your wand of the forest. And you're going to need this one for a lot of things. You got your mystical white petals. You can use white, you can use blue, you can use any petal really. And actually the white on this wand will change accordingly. So if you want, you can put a blue and a red or whatever. You don't have to have the same color, but you can use any color of petal for your wand if you want. So if you like blue, you can do two blues, or if you like blue and red, you can put blue and red on there. Your choice. Awesome. So, and I'll show you what this does real quick. If you noticed earlier when we had that, you really didn't see a whole lot of stuff going on over here, and you still won't because I don't have it selected. But the moment I have it selected, you see all this stuff going on and everything. You see these mana spreaders spreading the mana around to each one of our blocks and stuff, so which is pretty cool and everything. So let's go ahead and get after the rest of the recipes that we need for today's episode. Okay, so we covered all that and everything. So we got our mana pool, which is done just like this: living rock in a U shape, small U shape. So five living rock creates yourself a diluted mana pool, and I'll show you how to do an upgrade to the mana pool here in a second. And it doesn't look like I set up the recipe for the mana spreader, so we're just going to go ahead and look that up real quick. Okay, for the regular mana spreader, any kind of mystical white petal, a gold ingot, and 6 living wood will make you a mana spreader. Now the mana spreader is pretty cool because it'll take your mana that's being generated in the daytime by your day blooms and spread them to a collection, a central collection, which is your mana pools. Now whether they be mana pools or they be the diluted version, you know, the only difference between the regular mana pool and the diluted mana pool is the diluted mana pool stores only so much, and these regular mana pools will store 100 times that. So yeah. So when you right click on the mana pool, it'll tell you how much of mana is being stored in there. It'll give you a little bit of a bar graph to show you how much is being stored in that pool. And it doesn't look like there's much in here, but there is actually quite a bit. Like I said, a normal diluted mana pool will show you a lot more, a lot quicker, mainly because there's a lot of, there's not much mana being stored in a diluted mana pool. These store 100 times that, so there's going to be quite a bit more mana stored in these pools. So it's going to take some time, especially with these day blooms, which I will show you the upgraded versions in a later episode and everything whenever we go to upgrade this system. So pretty much what I've done is I've got nothing but mana pools here because I started out with one diluted mana pool, and from there I created an upgrade to it. And then once I created the upgrade, I used the second diluted mana pool that I had whenever I broke it up and replaced it with the. Anyways, let me show you how to upgrade first. All you need for a diluted mana pool to upgrade. And as you can see, then the GUI there, you can see that if I throw this in, it's got a green check mark. So since it's got a green check mark, it's going to go ahead and give me my upgraded mana pool. Oops, you don't want to place it. You want to throw it in. So oh, it did upgrade it. Okay, so yeah. So that's how you upgrade it. I mean, you really want to just throw it in. You don't want to just drop it down. You just want to throw it in, so that way it's upgraded. But I mean, it upgraded it either way. But my preferred deal is to throw it in and let it upgrade it that way. So anyways, pretty much what I've done is, okay, whenever I place the mana spreader right here with the flowers, it automatically ties these flowers into the mana. It ties them to these mana spreaders, and these mana spreaders will send the mana, whatever, to the next block that it's tied to. So I got this mana pool tied to this, or this mana spreader tied to this mana pool here, and this mana pool is tied to this spreader, and this spreader is sending the mana into this spreader, and this spreader is sending all this mana into this mana pool. And I got the same setup set up over here. I got this mana spreader going to this mana pool. This mana pool is sending its mana into this spreader, and this spreader sending it to this spreader, which is sending it over here into this mana pool, which is pretty awesome. So yeah, the spreader here will continue to add in its mana into this pool and everything else. Now, these day blooms only generate mana during the day whenever there's light out, and they have to be outside to catch the sunlight, because it turns the sunlight into mana. So keep that in mind whenever you create these large networks. Now eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to set this up to where our main collection point will be in our home, which will be cool, because then all of our mana collection out here can be more streamlined. And these things do have a limit as far as to how far the mana can be sent before the mana is, before you start to have a drop in your mana and a mana loss. So you got to be careful, and it will be signified by the size. One of these will be shining brighter and bigger on its little link path, and if you're seeing that, anything beyond that point will be. And I think if I trying to see if I can get it to go in an upwards position, which I don't think I can get it to go. There we go. You see where that light is right there? That's signifying that it, beyond that point, you have a mana loss. Okay, let's go ahead and break that back up. Okay, guys. So yeah, I hope this video was informative for you. Please click like and subscribe. Click on the links and check out the links in the description below. Please pay attention to our IP address for the server. It has changed and everything, and I'm hoping that y'all would actually try to. I'm hoping that you guys would actually try our server out. I find it kind of fun to play on. I'd find it funner if we had more players playing and everything. So yes, and I would love to have you guys join our server and try it out and have fun. I am paying for the hosting and everything else, and I got the configs working properly for the most part, and everything's running really smooth. I haven't had a whole lot of people join and play on the server just yet, and I'm hoping that changes soon. I will, because I am starting to advertise on several websites. One being Planet Minecraft, and the other one being Minecraft Forums. I am planning on extending that as well. So a lot of stuff going on with the server itself. I do have slight lag issues. Whenever it comes to right after you teleport, you gotta wait for a minute before it kicks in and stuff. So yeah. But other than that, everything else is working properly, and everything is working great as far as to my knowledge and everything. So feel free to check out the server, because it is quite stable from what I can gather and everything. And as far as I've tested, and everything seems to be working properly and everything. So yeah, feel free to check it out. Click like and subscribe and check us out. I look forward to seeing you all on the server very soon. And as always, everyone, have a good one.